All right, so let's see it. We just got a chug on the midnight moonshine apple pie. Spice. Schmahaning just did a big boy chug, and big boy chugs are for big boys. Let's get the rating. Let's hear it. What's the review?
5. Horrible. Just horrible. Never buy that shit. But I have the story. Oh.
What's good, Cuz Dog? That'd be a cool name, maybe, if it was the Cuz Dogs. But, that's not really my thing. That's more of a T Roses thing. I'm not really a real official Cuz Dog. I think you got to be out in the streets pouring Henny to be a real Cuz Dog. And that's just not me. I don't really go in the streets. I'm more of a woods type of guy. I'm more of a woods lurker. I like to rummage through trees and bushes. I just feel like that's more what I identify with rather than the streets. And Henny, I'm just not really big into the liquor. I mean, that's a lie right there. First lie. Pretty messed up. Honestly, trying to be way more honest. I'm trying to be more honest. So I figure if I call myself out in the lies, that might help. But I don't think it's helping. Like this guy I met the other day, he goes, "You have any siblings?" Straight face to him, no. I immediately called myself out on it. I said, that was a lie. I just lied to you. And it's crazy because I believe it. I say it so convincingly because I believed it. And I made myself believe it. And I don't understand that. I mean, it's messed up. It's borderline psychotic. And I think about that. Am I psychotic? Do I have psychotic tendencies? We talked about driving the car into oncoming traffic. Oncoming traffic. It's good that there's a border on 22 because if there wasn't a border, I might just right into them. But I guess it doesn't matter because if he's right next to me, I could probably hit him anyway. What's today? Today is September the 14th. It's the 15th. We're a day behind. It's good like that. My computer's an hour behind. I enjoy it like that. I leave it like that on purpose because I see that it's 9 o'clock, and my head's like, all right, 9 o'clock. And then I'm like, shit, your computer is an hour behind. So it's like, I just go through life an hour behind sometimes, but in reality, I'm doing life an hour faster than everyone. Because I think I'm behind and I have myself set behind, but really I'm an hour faster than everybody. I got that doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock p.m. I'm showing up 9 o'clock p.m. We're going to the doctor's late night. We're hanging out. Me and the doc, I'm the last shift at the doctor's office. Fun fact, I actually go to the doctor's office every day at the end of the day because you never know what could happen. And I just want to get checked up. We do a little colonoscopy, we do a little blood work, some other stuff. We go in the back, we hang out with the petroleum jelly. Nothing gay, just a couple dudes hanging out with petroleum jelly. After hours at the doctor's office. Now, if you got a problem with that, then hey, listen, it sounds like you got problems. Speaking of problems, I really, I dislike my teacher a lot. I just realized that I didn't keep any time, and I have no idea. It's 1:30 in the afternoon right now. I'd say this is probably 7 minutes in. So let's go 1:20. All right. I think I can figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I just like to go to the doctor every day just in case. I don't really go to the dentist that often because, I like to floss. I'm big on the floss. I actually just bought this new anal cavity floss machine. It's good. It's good. Industrial size, It's kind of like if you could imagine like saran wrap, but like if it wasn't like vertical, like horizontal saran wrap for the buttocks. And it's not clear because you wouldn't want that to be clear. I mean, that could be a problem. The last thing you want when you're going about your day is to run across a turd. It really is. Like, if you think about it, like, how upsetting. Like, your day could be going great and you run across a turd, and next thing you know, your day's gone to shit. Literally. And I didn't even plan that like that. But literally, you know, you go into the bathroom, you're all ready to drop your pants and do your business. You know, you've already come to the agreement that, hey, we're going to have to shit in public. And you're already pissed about that. You know, I don't know. I know some people, crazy people, like to not shit in public, like to only reserve their shits for the house. I don't understand how those people go about their days. You know, it's an absurd thing. And I kind of understand it, because when I used to go to school, when I was a kid, I didn't want to shit in public areas. So I would only, like, every day I would get home from school, first thing I would do, sit on the toilet. You know, and my body knew. It was an agreement with my body. Hey, we're going to make it there. Just hold out for a little bit, you know? So I'd hold out for a little bit, and then I'd make it to the toilet. You know, that's the thing. But, you know, so I don't understand. You know I have a friend who will not shit in public toilets, but actually I thought I have a friend. That guy totally shits everywhere. He's a menace to society. Got to watch out for that one. But, yeah, no. So I made that agreement with myself. You know, you make that agreement with yourself. Hey, I'm going to shit in public. You know, I'm just going to shit here. That's what we're going to do. You know, and I think I realized at some point, oh, you know what's crazy? I have some motherfucking friends that will TP the toilet. Like, what's good with that? You're taking all that time out of your day that you could be doing God knows what. You could be smoking pot in your backyard or touching yourself a little bit. Now, I wouldn't suggest that, and only in moderation. But, you know, sometimes, you know, it's been a tough day. You worked hard. You know, work hard, jerk hard. That's how it goes. And if you don't like that, that's fine. But that's what I wanted to say. And it's honestly written on my mantle. I have a tiny little fireplace, George Foreman fireplace. Mantle above it, work hard, jerk hard. Now, I haven't mastered the work hard part yet. But I'll tell you what, I mastered the jerk hard. Now, don't tell my mom I said that, you know, or anybody, honestly. Don't whisper that in front of women. You know, I'm a saint. I'm a good man. Honestly, I've been really trying not to touch myself, you know. I know it's pretty common, you know. I know people like to talk about that, you know. But, like, I've been trying, you know, because I feel like the thing is I give in, and then I'm satisfied. You know, then I have no ambition. You know, I'm giving in. You know, I feel like if I haven't ejaculated, you know, I'm hungry. You know, I want it. You know, I'll take a bite out of that world. You know, I'm not afraid to shit on a public toilet. But if I've expelled some semen in the last, 12 hours, I don't care, I'll be passive. I'll take that back seat, like I said. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Do whatever. But that's bad. If you're passive all the time like that, then you're not on top of it and you're not getting things. You're not getting things done. And you're certainly not getting with any ladies. The last thing that I want to do after, wrestling with myself in a corner is go talk to some women. I'm like, nah, I already spent my time. What are they going to do? Then I'm going to be in a situation and I'm going to have a hard time. Not literally, because literally it's going to be very soft, but it's going to be a hard time for me. I'm just going to be like, oh man, I enjoy a little tonsil hockey, but after we progress to the more heavy petting section of our journey, I'm going to have some problems, and we won't get into those, maybe another day, but we'll move off of that. I said a couple things earlier, and honestly, I wrote some notes. Down because last time I felt like I was all over the place, and I was. And I don't think that's any different from this time. But I wanted to have some, well, I was in class today thinking about how much I hate my teacher. I wanted to have some like notes prepared, or I was bored, I had time on my hands because class was terrible. Imagine you had 3 hours and all you had to do was write 6 sentences. You had to look up a couple things and write 6 sentences. And you can't write more than 6 sentences because you're not allowed to. Every time you show the guy the 6 sentences, he has a problem with a different word. You go back, you rewrite that word. He's like, all right, whatever. Gets to the end of the sentence. He's like, okay, these words are... And then he goes back to the beginning of the sentence. He's like, hold on a second. I don't like this word. Go write the sentence again. You write the beginning of the sentence again. What about the end of the sentence? Sir, you already checked me off on that. What's good here? I don't know. He's an argumentative man. He likes to be in charge of his situation. He's the kind of guy that like he'll lock the door. This is the first teacher I've had at this school who locks their door, from the inside. Like you can leave the room, you just can't enter unless he opens the door. So like the man's got a bad knee, he's complaining about his knee. We see him stretching it out, stuff like that. We're young and spry, and he's an old man. I like to be a nice guy, open the door for him. I see somebody's at the doorknob's jangling, he's knocking on the door. What's going on in there? You guys banging whores? That was a different room, but my bad. All over the place. But, nah, you'll try to like, somebody's knocking on the door. That's what I was saying. I totally sidetracked myself there. There's not even anybody else here, and I can sidetrack myself. Which reminds me, it's crazy? Like, I just looked it up, because they say we're the generation of ADHD, which I totally believe. I don't really like when people sum up whole groups like that, to be perfectly honest. Like, we're the generation of this. It's kind of, I don't like it, I don't like it. When people are like, we're the generation of this, we're the generation of that. I mean, we're the generation of a lot of things, but apparently, yeah, I don't know. I just realized I didn't finish up my public shitting story. I hope we're eating lunch. I'll go back to that. Oh, man, that was in the middle of 2 stories, and now I'm off here thinking about a third thing. Oh, we're the generation of ADD. You know what I looked up? Nicotine is supposed to help with ADHD. Can't even get them right. Mixing them up. It's supposed to help that. Now, isn't that crazy? So maybe Juul is really trying to help us. Maybe the Nick Stick companies are trying to help us. They said, hey, we understand, the phones, ba-da-ba, you got the things, you got the pictures of the women on the internet. Here, we'll give you something to distract. Well, you're distracted. We'll give you something to help you out. Juul comes in, gets us all addicted to nicotine. They want us to be more better students. They want us to be thinking smarter and be less dumb and more intelligent. They're the good guys. Now, the government comes in and they say, hell no, Joe. They say, we don't want your nicotine up in this bitch. We want them distracted. Yeah. Now, I don't know what's good with that, but I don't know. That's something. Investigate that shit. Is the government trying to distract us? What are they really up to? I thought about that the other day. They came out, they said, aliens are real. What the fuck? Nobody's even, excuse my French, nobody's even batted an eyelid and they're fully admitting to aliens being real. I mean, have they seen them? You know, have they seen them? Where are they? Am I one? Do I know any? Is my stepmom one? Probably. You know, she doesn't talk a lot. She does a whole lot of observing. So I imagine she might be one of the aliens, you know, and she's just trying to, you know, abduct us, you know, or so to speak, you know. Maybe. She's a good lady. I don't mean to do her dirty like that. You know, it's just jokes. It's just jokes. But this guy's angry, you know. This is an angry man, and he's like the kind of guy that if you tried to give him free money, he would start an argument with you, and then he'd crack some shitty joke in the middle of it. Be like, oh, I don't like take free money. You know, he's like, well, actually the $100 bill is an insult where I'm from. And here's the thing. You can get a free $100 bill, but you're not smart. If you're smart, you know how many $100 bills I could get? Plus, if I have a $100 bill, I'm liable to get robbed. And then he'll take more money from me. You know? The kind of guy that would argue his way out of getting free money. You know? And I don't know if those were good arguments, but it's hard to come up with a good argument for not getting a free $100 bill. You know? And that's the kind of guy he is. He would argue. She'd be like, hey, I'll below you. He'll be like, no, thank you. I'm into men. You know, which is understandable. You know, I had a good friend, Kyle, and he was really into men. You know, shout out Striking Vipers. You know, Google that. That's a great Black Mirror episode, you know. Really makes you think. You know, what if I was playing Mortal Kombat in real life? You know, you probably start making out with the characters. You know, I don't know if anybody knows Mortal Kombat, but like Katana's fine. Now here's the thing, Melina, she's got them sharp pointy teeth. So you don't want her giving you no cutalingus because that would just leave your cock serrated. And I know I said a lot of inappropriate things and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I've sinned. I'm feeling all kinds of weird today. I just, I've been trying to get a job, you know, because, you know, blah, 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 school. And, like, I'm kind of, like, 8 months in on, like, a year program. You know, trying to be an electrician, you know. Not because I like electricianing. Just because I realize, you know, like, I need a job. And I don't mind going to work. You know, that's really what I realized. You know, like, I like to do a lot of things. And, you know, sometimes I think, hey, maybe we could do that. That'd be cool. I could do the weather on the television. You know, hey, it's going to be cloudy today. Bring your lasagna. You know? Something like that. That's a real job. But, like, then I was like, you know what? You're lazy. You're a lazy piece of shit. Let's figure something out that's not going to require a whole lot of effort, but will work out. And not to belittle electrician work, but it's kind of like the same thing. It's a couple wires. They go in a couple places. You know, the places are going to be a little different, but for the most part, you're doing roughly the same thing. You know, you could be doing it in a couple different places, and there's a couple different ways, but it's one of those jobs that's going to get easier, you know, not harder. You know, like, I found, like, my last job got harder as time went on. You know, they started asking more of you and expecting more of you, and that's not what I want. You know, I just want something I could show up a little bit, you know, not show up a little bit. And listen, I understand that's really shitty, but there's a lot going on, you know? I want to be in the gym. I want to play guitar. You know, I eventually want to have a family, you know, and that requires a lot of time right there. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and I don't want to just be, like, working, you know, because, well, I mean, duh. I don't know. Maybe it won't be easy. Who knows? We'll see. But a year was easy, you know? I don't know. I kind of just like woke up and was like, let's do this. Might as well. You know? And I figure if this doesn't go well, you know, maybe join the army or something like that. You know, I felt like maybe it'd be cool to get that under my belt. You know, I just kind of throw that idea back and forth all the time. You know, because I really respect that. And, like, the thing is, like, it seems like a good time. You know, you get to travel, you know, experience the world, experience, you know, experiences. Who doesn't want to experience experiences? Yeah, I want to experience experiences. I kind of totally lost my train of thought over there. I was looking at the mold on the wood and how somebody wrote Vinny on that post. And I don't know a Vinny or who would write Vinny. You know, so I'm confused who would have wrote Vinny there. Although there's been lots of, you know, people. It's kind of like a thing. You know, there's a door over there and there's a door over there. And, you know, around mail time, it's just, and then it goes, and then it comes back. You know, so you got to watch out. That's why I wanted to make sure I got out of here before mail time started. Water. Nature's crack. Water. Yeah, but anyway, I'm trying to get a job. I don't know. It's a crazy thing, you know, because it's like I met this guy once when I was wasted. And he goes, you want a job? And I said, I don't really want a job. So I felt weird about then going back to him and being like, hey, you know that one time you offered me a job and I said no? You know, actually, maybe is it still on the table? Could we do something about that? Really shitty, you know, like a really shitty approach to life, you know, to be like that. But I figured, you know, if I don't say anything, I'll never know. And this is a good opportunity, so I should say something, you know, to work in my field. Because I don't want to, like, go back and start working somewhere else, you know, or go back to my old job. Because for a while, I thought I was going to have to go back to my old job. For a while, I thought for sure I was going to go back to my old job, which was serving at the stage house, which I could talk for a year about, but I will only touch on here and say that, you know, I've been banished from the stage house, you know, permanently banished from the stage house. Guy goes, are you Alec? I said, no, my name is John. He goes, well, John, you look like a guy named Alec who is no longer allowed at the stage house. And it's messed up. It's not my fault the bartender has a micro penis. Yeah, not my fault. Okay? So, that's whatever. But, yeah. Now I'm not allowed at the stage house, but it's a blessing. It really is. You know, sometimes a sumo wrestler will come around in your life and just shove you out of the circle. And that's what happened here, you know, and I'm glad to be out of the circle because now I'm out of bounds and I can't go back in the circle. So I'm not allowed to sumo wrestler anymore. And I don't even want a sumo wrestler. I'd rather do jiu-jitsu or boxing or Muay Thai. Muay Thai is a fun word to say. It's like you're almost doing Muay Thai with your mouth when you say Muay Thai. It's one of those words that really is what it is. Like bizarre and cringe. You know, those are words that are what they are. And moist. Moist is exactly what it is. Wow, there's a lot of words that are what they are. But yeah, you know, permanently banished, you know, which is good. You know, it forces me to branch out and make more of myself. So, you know, I was definitely excited to, you know, be part of or try to be part of a new field, which is what the goal is, you know, to get a job as an electrician and do that, you know, for a million reasons that are boring to list. They're just practical. But, yeah, so I texted the girl. The girl gave me her brother's number, who I don't really know either. And he gave me his friend's number, who I met and told that I didn't want a job. but I really did want a job. But then at the same time, I was wasted and he was wasted. So who really knows how that conversation went? I mean, I know how that conversation went, but like, does he remember me? Because when you think about it, I don't remember what he said. So why would he remember what I said? Goddamn bell notifications going off. Don't you know I'm in the middle of procrastinating my entire life? But yeah. No, and and then the guy gave me his boss's number. So, if you're keeping track, that's about 5 people right there. Just to, wrap around like that. And then he actually gave me my mom's number, which I thought was a little weird that this man I'd never met before was giving me my mom's number, but she is single, so I guess she could do whatever she wants. It's not really my, business what my mom's doing, But hey. And I said, Mom, why is this guy giving me your number? And she just kind of laughed and, looked at me and, whatever. But she actually called me today. Great lady. Love my mom, but Mom, stop calling me. I love you, Mom. Stop calling me. I'm busy, Mom. Oh, I know. But so she said, hey, call him. And so I called the guy, and he goes, hey, bada bing. And I go, what's up? I'm really nervous. Nice to meet you. Obviously that's not what I said, but, that's not actually how that went. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. So I call him. He doesn't answer. Typical. It's usually how it goes. I feel like there's only a couple people you could call and know that they're going to answer. And that goes like, for the most part, like both ways. Like there's people that will answer, and there's people that okay, what's the shot that this person answers? You kind of always know when you call somebody what the chance is that they're going to answer the phone. Excuse me. Now, I'd say this also goes for, the chance of somebody answering that you've never called before. Like if I've never called, if I don't have the number in my phone, the chance that I'm answering it is probably 0. Unless I know and I'm expecting a call. It's probably a 0. So I'm thinking this guy probably the same thing. He doesn't have my number. He doesn't know, but whatever. What I'm saying is first time you call a number, unless it's like a pizza joint or something, they're not going to answer or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't even know how to tie my shoes. I tied them once. I leave them laced. Leave them laced. Some of my shoes, I never even tie. They're just anklets out the side. Okay? So if you're looking at me like a guy who knows a thing, I'm not a guy who knows a thing. Nothing. Sorry. I didn't mean to get excited there. Jeez. But, yeah. Ooh, yeah. But, yeah. I don't know. What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that, You never know when there's, underage bats flying overhead. Trying to play baseball. That's terrible. Wiccan. I'd turn it off, but I don't know if the whole thing will explode or not. So we're just going to hope that people don't continue to text me. I turned it off on my phone, luckily, but it's but yeah, no, so I called him, didn't say anything. Voicemail says, hey, you can leave a voicemail or send a text. So I figure, all right, whatever, I'm going to send a text. That way I don't say anything dumb. Because, the last thing I want is to say something dumb. And this is weird because it's kind of like, a new girl almost in a way. Or trying to you're all nervous and you're like, how do I go about this? What is she going to think about me? I want her to answer. Is she going to call back? I hope she calls back. You don't want to mess up. You're trying to be perfect about it. which I feel like sometimes can lead to a lot of issues. So I'm not going to leave a voicemail. I'm going to send a text because then I can edit it. You know, if I spell something wrong, well, that's a good point. You probably can't spell anything wrong in a voicemail. Can you? Although, if you listen to this, you know, just listening to my words, you could probably see a lot of grammar mistakes as well as spelling mistakes, you know. You're like, I bet he spelled that word wrong. You know, I didn't even write anything down. I'm talking, and you could see that I'm spelling some of these words wrong. It's insane. Jug demolisher. You know, I love demolishing jugs. Not women because they don't talk to me, but, you know, those jugs. But, you know, it's crazy. I wrote like a whole list of things down that I wanted to get to. Only got to one, and I didn't even write it down. I knew I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't even write it down. I had an order of things. But, yeah, no, I just want to shout out the Manasquan predator, the gelatin species, the one and only peanut butter and jelly. You know, I know you're listening. You know, quit stalking me. I see your drones. It's messed up, okay? We got enough peeping toms in the neighborhood, you know, trying to peek through my curtains, catch a little bit of that glistening cock in the night. You know, the last thing I need is you flying drones above my house, you know, trying to catch a glimpse. It's inappropriate, honestly. But yeah, I want to shout you out, Jelly. It's my future wife. But anyway, so yeah, trying to get the job, it's a whole thing. It's like trying to get it's like trying to talk to Jelly, you know? It's just such a problem. But yeah, so the guy goes, But the guy goes, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow at I call him at 12 or whatever. You know, I wasn't sure what a good time was, but I figured I'd give him a call around noon. You know, maybe he's on lunch break. You know, I caught him at a good time. You know, but he goes, I'll call you around 3. You know, so I'm like, all right. You know, I'm not going to sit around waiting by the telephone for him to call me back. You know, I'm not desperate. I'm a little desperate. But, hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to play it cool. Act like you've been there. But I went to the gym. You know, I had to hit a good pump, get out of the funk I've been in. Big funk. But, just saying that puts me back in the funk. Got to get out of it. Fuck. Let's do this. Let's see if that works. That's not going to explode the computer. Good. Taking me about, 50 minutes to write to give you a whole story here, to barely even tell any bit of this story. You know, it's not even good what I'm getting to. I'm not getting to a damn thing. Can't take the Lord's name in vain. That's what my mom always says. Shout out my mom for the second time. You know, but so I'm at the gym trying to play it off like I don't know, you know, but I'm checking my phone every 5 seconds. Same thing like with the girl. You're like, did she text me back? I got to text her back. You know, did she text me back? What's good? Is she in my DMs? Who's in my DMs? Who texts you? Your boy texts you? Fuck. I don't want to talk to you, man. Wanted that girl to text me back, but, you know, that never really happens. But anyway, unlike the girls that I talk to, this guy sends me a text. Not at 3. You know, 3 rolls around. I'm looking at my phone every 5 minutes. Did he call me? Did I miss it? Did he call me? Did I miss it? And I have headphones in. I'm listening to my phone. I'm listening to music on my phone. You know, so it's like the phone call is going to go off. I don't need to keep looking. But I kept checking. Did he call me? Did I miss it? He sent me a text. Nothing. 4 o'clock. Nothing. I forget about it. You know, I forget about it. Play a little basketball. My phone was on the ground. I was like, I hope he doesn't call me the one time that my phone is on the ground, because you can't play basketball with a phone in your pocket. Shout out Ray Allen. Popped a three-pointer. Nothing more satisfying than a real-life three-pointer, I must say that. But yeah, played a little basketball. That was good. Didn't call me. Went home, did what I did. Might have, I worked hard at the gym, okay? I deserved it. I deserved a little, pet the monkey. But yeah. No call. Text me back at 8 o'clock. Goes, yeah, man, sorry, I was really busy. And you know what? I appreciate the fact that he got back to me at all. The fact that he still got back to me within a day is more than a lot of these women would do. And I don't know if that's me. I'm sure that's me. I'm sure these women are getting back to somebody, just not me. I'm just saying in my experience, that's more. That's more than that. They maybe text me back tomorrow, be like, oh, sorry, my phone was underwater and I was in an earthquake. Now, that doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't need to. Sorry, I was driving the wrong way down a one-way road and a bird picked me up. And my phone started spazzing out, and next thing you know, the communist Chinese were texting me brain waves through my phone. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and I don't know if there are. Those are the words I just picked to say, okay? So don't be mad at the words, or don't be mad at me. Be mad at the words for existing. Okay, it's not my fault that I put them in that order. Everybody's so fixated on the order that people put words in. What if I want to put my last name before my first name? Wouldn't that make it my first name? That's bizarre. It's our last name for a reason, and people sort us by our last name. It's our last name. You're supposed to sort things by what comes first. Put the first name first, not the last name. I don't know, but that probably doesn't make any sense at all, really. But, yeah, no, so he texted me back. I texted him back immediately. He goes, I'll call you around 3 today. And he called me. Oh, no, not 3. He said 12. Now, he called me at 1, which is fine, because the fact that he called me is really what matters. Now, it's looking good, which is why I'm all over the place right now, because my head is just all over the place. He said good things, and I feel like maybe my answers could have been better. I was very nervous talking to him, much like when you talk to a new woman. You're a little nervous, you're a little off, you don't exactly have your A game or even your B game. I don't even know if I have an A game, but hey. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I think I'm going to cut it here because, who really wants to keep listening? Not me. I had more things to get to, but that's going to be it. That is going to be it. Go Giants.